What is up, Schafer&P? What is up to everyone who is watching on the podcast? Today I'm here with
Akshay.
And Akshay, how old are you? First question. This guy's like, nah.
Let's not disclose this one.
Okay.
You can just guess. On this one.
We'll skip this one. If there's one thing you're known for, what is it?
Trading. My trading and my extreme lifestyle.
Your extreme lifestyle. Oh. Now let's get into the questions, actually. The proper questions I've got for you. Actually, apparently I heard that you used to drink vodka as pre-workout before you came to gym. Is that the secret to your gains?
So, that was when I was at my strongest. Because I used to drink like maybe a nip of vodka with just one can of lemon twist. And when I wasn't even in Planet Fitness, before I started getting into the healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was my pre-workout. I used to go to the gym. I used to deadlift, do everything on point. But you were at that strongest point because alcohol gives you that confidence. It gives you that ability to do things that you're not capable of doing when you're sober.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, sure. And so next question is, so you've had a very crazy high school. Someone told me this. You've had a very crazy high school life and you did the most craziest things. And could you tell us what crazy things you were doing and what type of person you were back then?
So, hey, this is a very sketchy one. So,
sketchy.
Yeah, when I entered high school,
yeah,
I was a bit mellow, chilled out and stuff like that there. Then I think I realized, I just need to become a different person and stuff like that there. But then, not realizing I started becoming the wrong person, like more of a bad person, more of this extreme lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was drinking, I used to smoke, I used to like to try out everything. Like, I used to do everything. Like, I used to smoke cigarettes, I used to smoke weed. If there was any pharmaceutical drugs, I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to do, like, it was just anything. And then I used to be in a lot of problems, like fights. I used to be with a lot of street people. I used to be out and about, like, with street people most of the time, like friends that sell DVDs and drugs. So that was my company. I used to get in a lot of problems because of all of this, because now it's also, you're under the influence, it's your company. And then, yeah, it was just a hectic one. I was suspended from school plenty times, times. I got in problems with teachers. I got in problems with the security guard at the school. Like, I done the most.
You've done the most. And it's quite a miracle how you've actually changed now and you're the man you are now, bro.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a miracle, bro. Now you go to gym, now you lift weights, you look better than 90% of people out there. Now you've dropped down your usage. You don't even take any drugs anymore.
No, now it's just like maybe like edibles here and there just to sleep because of your high amount of caffeine throughout the day. You're having a pre-workout. I have a can of Monster right here. I'm not even saying so, but there's a Monster. I had coffee for the day. So I would say just maybe edibles here and there.
And then some alcohol, like occasionally.
Yeah, like occasionally alcohol when I do go out. And yeah, it's just not an everyday thing like before.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now on to the next question. Okay, here comes the real questions. Right. Now keep in mind, I asked your friends about this.
Oh, the worst. This is the worst.
I asked the people that closest to you. Like, I've asked people that you've known. So one of your bras told me to ask you about your female interactions and past relationships. Tell me, what's the craziest relationship you've ever been and how did it end?
So, when it comes to something like this, I would say that you don't just sometimes you're in a state where you just end up believing somebody and stuff like that there, and then sometimes maybe it's not actually love. Sometimes you're feeling sorry for somebody.
Yeah.
And this is me just being real, straight up with you. you don't, maybe it's not love, maybe you're just feeling sympathy and sorry for somebody, and you take them in, you hold them close, and then you're feeling a certain way.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's not really a relationship. It's not real love. It's more sympathy you're feeling for somebody. So yeah, and it always ends up messy on you because of thinking, you know what, maybe you're having a good heart, you're always looking for the good in somebody, but it gets you in the worst situations ever. And then you the one that ends up paying the price for being that person at the end.
And so, like, how did that happen to you? Did that ever happen to you? Like, you felt sorry for someone and then you...
Yeah, that did happen to me before, and I dealt with it just fine. It doesn't faze me. It like, I think I felt like this weight off my shoulders all of a sudden, because that's the person that I am. I enjoy the solo lifestyle. I really enjoy it.
And now, another question. Actually, you are very notorious for being crazy and not giving a fuck, essentially, and you've been kicked out of a bunch of gyms. Why do you get kicked out of gyms, actually?
So this one, I basically got kicked out of Planet Fitness at Liberty Mall here. Well, not kicked out, I got banned because I was told a few times, okay, you can't train with no t-shirt. My question is, show me on my contract where it states that I can't do this, because I signed a contract, and when you sign a contract, you are bound by that contract to do as it says.
Yeah.
So the contract doesn't stipulate this. So they got security to come in, escort me out the gym. But I personally feel that I was more targeted. I was targeted because there were other people doing the exact same thing as me. And it was staff in the gym that was taking pictures and videos of the people. So that shows you already that I was targeted. Yeah. And I was the only one that was banned. And then it was maybe 6 to 7 months later that I got a hold of one of the high people in operations that allowed me back in. Because my question also was, if training shirtless and stuff like that is not allowed, why is Planet Fitness marketing team sharing my post? Because that doesn't make any sense now, because those people are supposed to know, okay, these things are not allowed, don't share it, but they are the ones that were sharing it. So it's a lot of questions that were left unanswered.
Hey bro, even, you see, like, a lot of gyms target me a lot of the times too. I can vouch for this. Like, for example, at Virgin Active, I got banned there. I don't think it was an official ban, but obviously if I go back there, they're not gonna let me in. Cause like what I did was I trained there, I shot a video, shot some people's reactions, and then a certain person's girlfriend or boyfriend, was pissed off that her girlfriend was looking at me during during the video. And then I was like, Aibo. And then this guy complained to the gym. The gym interrogated one of the guys that will help me do the video. Like for 20 minutes straight. They put him in a room. They were talking to him, say, what's this guy's phone number? Who's this guy? When is he going to take down the video? Literally interrogated him for 20 minutes straight. He didn't give anything up. He's a W guy for that. And then left it at that. The guy tried contacting me. They even tried suing me, bro. They were going to go that far to sue me. But then it blew over, yeah?
Yeah, so something like that, right, with what you just said. Personally, from what I experienced, it's not the females that's complaining. It's the guys. It's the guys that are really scared to do what we do, and they don't have the balls to do what we do.
Yeah.
Because when I spoke to you maybe a few years ago, I said, you know what, you need to start recording your reps, because you're maxing out most of the people that are much older than you, much longer in this than you. I told you this year. And these are things that a lot of people are not wanting to do because they don't have the balls to do it. They're scared. And when they alone, they not going to say anything, but when they're amongst people, they got a whole lot to say. And then they try to target you as an individual, because now they're going to try to undermine you and make you feel uncomfortable, but they don't realize, you know what, we don't give a shit about you. We plain down do not give a shit about you. We here to do what we need to do. You over here only, and you're doing something now because you have the third or second or third person with you, but you weren't going to do it when you're alone. That's for sure. You are never going to do this here. And it's mainly the guys that are complaining because their girlfriends are busy looking at us. That's the thing.
True.
And my question is, okay, that's fine, because why can't you be something that your girlfriend is gonna look at? Because now we basically doing something that is attracting your girlfriend, and she's not looking at you, she's looking at us.
Yeah,
So now
facts.
that's where you have the problem, and it's not her.
Literally, bro. Dude, like, a lot of people hate on if you are doing better than somebody else. People hate it when you do better than them. That's true. They tell you, if you, like, let's say you're not doing better than them, you're at the bottom of the bottom, they encourage you. They tell you, yeah, you go for it, you work on yourself, all that. But then once you surpass them, once you get the attention, they are now it's a big problem. Before they were rooting for you, but they're not. And even O's, bro, O's, like, yo, O's are such pussies these days, bro. They say shit behind your back, like a group of them, and then they think because they like in a group, like, you're not gonna do shit. And then when it's one-on-one, they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Bro.
That's the time you'll catch them with their earpods, the earphones, the hoodies on, and they are quiet. They're never gonna say anything. But as soon as
Literally.
they got somebody else next to them, they're the loudest in the gym. And they will throw comments as loud as they can, but not to your face.
Literally, bro. I hate those guys, bro. Those guys are like cowards, proper cowards. Even with one guy, he commented under my post. I misunderstood the comments, but he commented under my post. I messaged him. I'm like, Akshay, what do you mean by this comment here? And then the bro was like, oh, bro, no, I didn't mean anything like this. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. He's like, hey, bro, I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't know. I thought I was in trouble with you, all that. We're not gonna ever see each other in person. But then he was like, he was shook up about it. So yeah, people just say shit, bro, and they just either behind the screen or they with their bras. That's literally it. Okay, another question for you. So you actually spoke about this earlier on. So you've been in many fights in your life. Which one was the most craziest you've ever been in?
Craziest.
Yeah.
I don't know. There were so many incidents,
Yeah.
and I can't say that I always hit somebody. I got hit plenty times as well, because it's not always about giving. You also gonna get. Remember
Yeah.
that if you're in that lifestyle, and if that's the way you do things, you must know you can't just give all the time. You're gonna get. Like, I have a mark here on my head.
Oh yeah.
I got hit with a baseball bat years ago. I think maybe in 2015 or something.
Yes.
My head was split. I had stitches.
Shit.
I've been through a lot. I got knocked. Oh yes, it was the craziest one.
Yeah.
Was I was going home with my parents from shopping.
Mm.
I see something happening down the road.
Yeah.
So I went home. I took a walk down to see what was happening. It was my friends my street friends. It was 3 of them. It was about 9 or 10 other guys, and there's an argument. So when I got there, it started breaking out with one of my friends and one of those guys. Then a friend of mine had the guy on the floor. 2 of the guys tried to climb him.
Yeah.
I jumped in. I hit the first guy out. I hit the second guy out.
Yeah.
As I was walking backwards in between these vehicles, somebody hits me from the back with an iron pipe. Hits me straight here.
Yes.
So as I turned around, the guy thought I was gonna swing at him, but I turned around because he hit me so hard. So when I turned around, he threw a brick straight onto the side, hit me straight to my face, and I was knocked out. And one of the neighbors that stayed in my road, he came, he picked me up, took me into a shop, started throwing water in my face, woke me up. I woke up in this, I couldn't think, but I just started throwing things, and I just went out the shop and I'm throwing things everywhere at the guys that we were fighting with. I just started doing that, and then police took me away.
Yes,
Police
yes.
came onto the scene because it was like a full breakout. The cars and everything had to stop. Police took me away to the station, and I got picked up from there because they said it was gonna get too messy.
That is crazy. Now that's actually a crazy story. Yo, And then what happened to those other oaks that were like fighting with your bros? You ever see them again?
So, before I ended up with the police, it was few guys chasing a friend of the friend of mine.
Yeah.
The one police officer is chasing after all of them, and there's another lots of them that are running behind them, and I was the person in the back. So as I'm running, what's is behind them, and we're going straight into the squatter camps. Those guys stopped. I had half a brick. I hit the guy in his face.
Yes.
So after I hit him in his face from the back, I got lifted up in the air. I didn't know what was going on. All I knew I was in the air, and then I got put down on the floor. That's how another police officer came from behind me, grappled me from the back, took me and put me inside the van.
Yo. And then did you spend time in jail?
No. They just took me there because the other people that we were fighting with, they found more people. So they're like 3 carloads that came for us.
Yes.
So it was out of hand. So they took me away from there, took somebody else away from there because it got messy. But then I think a week later, we clashed into them again, and yeah, we ended up hitting them.
And you guys won.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. That's all that matters, bro. That's all that matters, bro. I bet. So, from the craziest fights you've been in to all this type of stuff, you are really a changed man. Bro. So how do you like change your life from that type of lifestyle? How do you get out of it? Because a lot of people are stuck in that lifestyle that you were in. How were you like able to like leave it behind you?
So I used to, I'm training for plenty years, 10 plus years in the gym for. So it wasn't clean training, it wasn't disciplined training. So from years and years ago, 10 plus years ago, I always wanted abs. I always wanted to be shredded. Then I started watching a lot of videos and things like that. And then it was towards 2016, 17. I was like, okay, I need to do something about this.
Yeah.
So I stopped the drinking, stopped being with all the wrong people. Well, I was also the wrong person as well. But yeah, I had to just isolate myself. So I done that for some time. Isolating myself, researching, watching videos, learning how to cook and make healthy meals, hitting the gym every day. Then it basically started giving me the understanding, okay, this is how you do things, and you have to be consistent as well. So it's something that I done all by myself. Like I didn't have like any helping hand. No one that was there to push me and tell me, okay, you need to do this here, you need to stop this. I had to do everything by myself. That's why I am the way I am today. It's like I'm this person that doesn't give a fuck about nobody. Like playing down, if you want to leave. I just don't give a shit because I got to where I am by myself, without the helping hand. So that's why like I just stick to my routine till this day.
Yeah, bro. Actually, it's the type of guy, you know, bro, you can't change him. That's the thing. You can't change Akshay, bro. No matter what, he will not change for anyone. He will not change for anyone, bro. That's the truth, bro. Like, if you tell Akshay one thing and you tell him no, if you were to tell Akshay, please change your personality for me, he won't. He's like, fuck you, screw you. If you don't like me, this is me. If you don't like it, fuck off. That's how he is.
Yeah, that's exactly like how I am. Even if somebody has a problem the way I drive, for example, I would be like, okay, going forward, do not jump in the vehicle with me because you're not accepting this is the person that I am, this is how I drive. So step out the vehicle. If you want to see me somewhere, you come by yourself. And I don't give a shit whether we're close friends or whoever it is. I am like that there. That is the person that I am. I'm not gonna try to change up the way I do things for you now, because at any given time you're the person that can leave. But I'm still gonna be alone. I'm still gonna be the person that I am. So I'm not about to make all these switches and changes for you. Yeah,
that's true. That's how everyone should think nowadays. You have to think. You have to stick to yourselves. So ever since this huge change you've made, so like, what job do you do now? Like, what do you specifically do? Because I know you do like a very good job.
So at the moment, I am a student advisor. At a campus. So it's advising students on career choices and changing their lives. So it's sales at the end of the day as well. So that's something I enjoy because, like you see, like everybody, like most people, get along with me. They come and speak to me. A lot of youngsters always come and speak to me.
Yeah.
I'll give them advice. I'm always chilled out.
Mm.
I'm very vibey. They like being around me. So it's something that I really enjoy. It's because of the interaction.
Actually, he's a very chill guy. He's actually chill, bro. So that's a W. That's a W, actually. That's a W, bro. So I want to ask you another question. So where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? What do you want to be doing? In 10 years' time, where do you see yourself?
So, 10 years' time.
Yeah.
I don't have this proper steady vision of 10 years' time because
Yeah.
I'm a person that lives in the moment.
Yeah.
So I say, you know what, I can go at any given time. So I don't plan for something that's so late into my life. If you get what I mean.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
get what you
anything can happen tomorrow to me, or even like right now. So like, why plan for something and try to see myself there when I'm not near there?
I get that. And so I want to ask you for some relationship advice for my viewers at home, because there's a young audience that are watching around my age, 18 to 16. Akshay knows what he's doing. He's a lover boy. Akshay is a certified lover boy. So I want to ask you for some relationship advice. So what advice would you give to young people who are wanting to go into a relationship with a woman? What should they do? What should they look for? Signs, red flags? What do you think?
So for the gents now,
For the gents,
it's a tough one. It's a tough one because I'm the person of a mixture. I can just vouch and say, you know, enjoy yourself, enjoy life. If you're young, you feel a certain way, you think things are serious, when in reality it's really not. Maybe the outsider can see this, but you can't. It's evident for the next person, but not for you, because it's young love. It's you blinded by these things. You can't see outside that anymore. So for me, it's enjoy your life. Don't take things too seriously, because when you're young and you take things seriously and you're trying to give all to this one person, you come maybe 4 to 5 years down the line, and then you be like, shit, I regret this, I wasted my time, and you have a whole lot to say, not realizing when you were in that current relationship when you're young, you had a lot of fun as well. So you can't be saying these things and targeting, all right, this is like a regret, because that was a choice and you chose to be in that relationship, because you could have always just been alone and had your fun.
Yeah, true.
So I always say to do things in that way, like when you are stable, when you are financially stable, when you're okay, and when you know what, you really want somebody and you want to have a partner, then work on that, and then you must just put your all into it, but make sure you're also receiving the all. You'll know how you feel. You'll definitely feel it, and you'll feel when it's getting taken away from you. And also when you get this person, stay the same ways. Don't make chops and changes, because when you start pulling back, when you start changing, just remember that chick didn't fall in love with the person that you're changing to now. They fell in love with the person that you were when you initially met, and that's how you're supposed to be. So don't fall into the comfort zone of, okay, maybe this chick like me because of my discipline and my commitment with training and stuff, and she sees you in that way, and then maybe a year down the line you got so comfortable with this chick, you stop training, you stop giving your all, you stop being healthy, you just end up fat and flabby and things like that. Obviously the same chick now that saw this person over here, this figure over here, the so-called disciplined person, change all of a sudden because you're comfortable now, she's definitely gonna look elsewhere now.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
That's what she fell in love with. Also, it's not always about personality. That's what I know. It's not always about personality as much as the next person is gonna say that, you know what, looks don't matter. Looks do matter at the end of the day.
Yeah,
let's be real. Let's be realistic. Looks do matter. So certain things, guys need to know that, you know what, if you know this chick likes you for this version of you, stick to that there. And when she's trying to change you months later because now she's getting maybe insecure and whatever the case is, you still don't change. You need to hold your ground. You need to stand your ground, and you need to be like, you know what, you need to man up and be like, you know what, you fell in love with me for being this person. Don't try to change me now because you're gonna fall out of love with me, and you're gonna look elsewhere. So stick to day one.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they give up their boundaries for the woman, and then have you realized that women, I'm going to say something very controversial, but screw it. Women like it when you set boundaries for them. Because when you don't set boundaries, it shows that you're the type of man who just lets anything fly. And then what they're going to think of you, they're going to think of you as like, they're going to start pushing you over. They're going to see you as a pushover because you're going to let anything fly. Like if a woman goes out with a short skirt and like a short crop top, and then she's trying to show off her body.
That's inviting trouble. That's inviting
literally
unnecessary trouble. As much as you trust your woman, you're a guy. You're a guy. At the end of the day, you can be in a relationship, but have the balls to understand also, you know what, you're a guy, you also looking elsewhere. You sending your chick off dressed like this here. Another guy is looking, it might trigger you. The next guy doesn't have the mentality as you to, you know what, to just look and not do anything. Some guys, they don't use this and think, they use other things and think, and they end up doing something so drastic they can fuck a female's life up. And if they fuck a female's life up, they will go and sit in jail or they'll kill themselves. They don't give a shit about their reputation, but they fucked this female's life up, and and no one cares, and that female has to live with this.
That's true, bro. So yeah, bro, you guys, you need to set boundaries for your woman. You need to say, if she's wearing a short skirt, tell her no, I don't want that. And if she has a problem with that, say, okay, leave, I don't care. You have to be okay with that. And so I wanna ask you another question. So now there are women out there that are very promiscuous, right? So women that go around, they do other crazy stuff. Do you think that you can change a promiscuous woman to a housewife? This is some crazy question, yeah. This is a crazy question.
It's a bit of a tough one, because you may think that you're changing her, but when you're not available or when you're down and out, you're gonna have in the back of your head, you know, this is the type of chick that I initially fell for, and she can just relapse at any given time. And where does that leave you standing? With though if you have put her on a pedestal and that was your trophy or whatever the case is, what do you do as a guy? It breaks your confidence and breaks you as a person. And what do you do?
Hey, bro.
So it's a very tricky one.
Yeah.
Because you can't just like pull a woman out of the streets.
Yeah.
When you're in the streets, you're in the streets.
You're
Right?
in the streets, yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I was single for a long time. But I was always happy.
Always happy. I
was always happy.
That's true, bro. You had me alone, bro.
I was always happy. So I can always vouch and say there's certain things, if you know that, you know what, you just meeting up and you're doing something and stuff like that, you're gonna think to yourself, okay, if I'm doing this with you, how many others?
Yeah, true. How many others are there?
If you got something so easy, imagine for the next person that's higher than you, much more good looking than you, how much easier was it for that person, or for the 5 other people, 10 other people?
Bro, nah, that's actually crazy, bro. Because, dude, in my opinion, you can't change a hoe into a housewife.
Never.
I have to say that because, like, bro, it's too many patterns, bro. A woman doesn't just become promiscuous out of nowhere. There has to have something happened in her life. Do you agree with that? Do you think like trauma plays a role in that?
It does play a role, but also when you look at young girls and stuff, like they're young, they didn't go through anything, but these are choices, stupid choices that they're making at a very young age.
Yeah.
And they're not thinking about the future and like being stable with one person. So they're not thinking about their reputation and stuff like that. So it's things that females should take into consideration at a very early age, to be like, okay, I want to be happy in my relationship later on in life. I want something stable. don't throw your life away,
Mm.
because not everybody is the same that's going to be open to give you that chance. A guy might make you think that, you know what, there is something in the long run. In the meantime, he's just using you.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, that's how we operate. We know the mind manipulation tricks. We know what to say and what to do to get what we want.
Mm.
We guys, that's how we work. That's the
Yeah.
truth. A lot of guys won't admit that, but that's how we work. That's we programmed in that way.
Mm.
If you're in a relationship, for example, and then you and your guys just go out and you're partying and you'll see these chicks and whatever the case is, you know, okay, right, you're looking and stuff, you want it,
Mm.
but you know, like by going forward, it might fuck your relationship up.
Yeah.
You never know. You
Yeah.
just never know. So if you as a guy also want to be safe and you want the security of your relationship, you also gonna have to play your part at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's
True.
like you can look, but that's it.
Mm.
That is like the truth. You just look, because even if you walking somewhere at the mall, you're holding your chick's hand, there's another female or whatever the case is, maybe got bigger boobs than your chick.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, it's just instilled in us that, you know, you just tend to look. You just tend to look,
Yeah.
and it's like you can't help it. Like you just can't, certain things you just can't help.
Mm. It's just there. You see it. It's like me having like a freaking like plate of food. I can't eat it. I got my own food here. I got my own plate here. But it's passing by and looks nice, so I can just take a little look at it, a little whiff, and then
Yeah.
that's it. Do you think it is worse if a woman cheats or a man cheats?
Woman.
Woman. Why you say woman?
I would just say, like, you know what? Would you want your daughter to be the person that you are and experience the problems that you're experiencing? Would you see your daughter in this way too? Like, let herself loose and, like, just open your legs to any given person?
Mm.
Do you feel as a woman, is it something like hygienic and you're holding your reputation high? There's so many factors when it comes to a female.
Mm.
For guys, for us it's fun. We plain down don't give a shit.
Mm.
For us, we just don't care.
We even praised for it, bro. Some
Yeah.
guys are praised for it too. And so even with women, have you noticed the first insult a woman ever says to another woman if they insult them? You slut, you this, you that. It's always something, them being promiscuous, that's an insult. So when women cheat, I think it's worse because it's also emotional for women.
Yeah.
For us guys, it's not emotional at all. We can cheat and still love our woman that's back at home, but then with a woman, once she cheats on you, you know she doesn't love you no more.
Yeah, once you it wasn't even supposed to ever reach that stage, because if your woman truly loves you, she wouldn't ever allow access or conversation or anything with another guy.
Yeah.
If she really loves you, there was never going to be a conversation that can ever go further to anything else.
True, that's true, bro. Yo, so I think we're coming to an end of our podcast. So any last thoughts you would like to say about this podcast?
No, not really. I'm sure we'll be on another one.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
sure. I'm waiting for the comments. I'm just waiting for comments, and then we'll probably do another one.
Now that's it for the podcast. That was Akshay. Guys, I'm gonna leave his Instagram down at the bottom, and his what else? What other socials are you on? Don't say Facebook. Don't say